Okay, my love, what do we have today?
The dating rules say it's perfectly fine to ask a man out on a date. Do men appreciate being asked out instead of always having to do the asking?
Most of us, yes, but that is not a universal truth. There are
Okay.
men who are more traditional, and it's not there's nothing wrong with it. It's just the way they are. It's kind of like a type A personality. It's a strong personality trait. And well, once they get to know you, and once you've kind of developed a relationship, then it's perfectly fine. But early on, some men find it off-putting because it's out of their perceived gender role. But for most men, especially those along the socially awkward side, they greatly appreciate the fact that you let them know how you're feeling. Because one of the problems men who are socially awkward have is they don't read social cues well. And so when you think you're sending messages, that they might say, "Hey, I'm letting him know that I'm open to it."
Yeah, that's what it is. We're asking you out on a date too. You've asked us 2, 3 times now. We come up with something.
Yes. Well, but
To show we're in the game.
yes, well,
Our head's in the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's also a modern world. When we talk about dating here, I think we need to be a little careful that it's a modern world and not all relationships fit into that traditional style, and even traditional relationships bend that rule. And so you have to be very careful about who you're talking to now. You can't have universal rules like this anymore. Life is no longer that simple. But as long as you know the person you're talking to, as long as you approach anything with compassion, you should be fine. You'll usually know if someone's strongly traditional. They usually don't really hide it. It's just part of their nature. It's part of their character. So you'll know. And for the rest of for everybody else in the modern world, I don't think people care so much about who asks what and what roles people play in starting or stopping the relationships. If you're under 35, I don't think it makes a damn bit of difference, except for those handful of people who are naturally like that.
Uh-huh.
I just don't think it's because it's culturally no longer a taboo for women to ask men out. It's just no longer is. There's no cultural issue with that anymore.
But doesn't it take the pressure off a little bit?
Well, no, because for men, the pressure wasn't asking women out today. The pressure was you're socially awkward, and that you again, It's not the it's not the asking out on the date that's the hard part. It's getting the words out properly and expressing yourself clearly in a way that's not going to make her think you can't put a sentence together, because you get tongue tied and you get nervous and and your brain is going faster than your mouth can go, and it just gets all bad.
Well, that happens to women too.
Yes. And so what we all think we should really think about is, it takes a lot of courage to go up to somebody and ask somebody on a date, especially early on. And I think we should, for the most part, honor that.
Yeah.
And I think that is your daily dose of love.